I'm Shahi and welcome to Shahi's Easy English. Today we're talking about how to talk about people and we're going to explore different personalities. So this might be your personality or it might be somebody else's personality. Your best friend, your mum, your dad. It can even be your pet. So let's start. The ones that we're starting off with are the negative, which means not so nice traits. Okay, traits are characteristics also. The first one we're looking at is anxious. To be anxious, an anxious person. Dan is an anxious person. He always gets anxious and nervous whenever he has a test or whenever he does something new. Okay, so that person feels uncomfortable and they feel something will go wrong all the time. The next one we will look at is a sensitive person. Okay, sensitive people, sometimes this can be a nice thing because they can understand other people, and sometimes being sensitive can be seen as not so positive, because what happens is the person takes everything too seriously. So the second one we're looking at is an emotional person. An emotional person is somebody who possibly cries a lot. When she watches a movie, she always gets emotional. She starts crying. It can be emotion otherwise, like laughing and shouting and, excitement. But usually we say emotional person for somebody. We use emotional person for somebody who cries. Okay, I get emotional when I watch romantic movies. I always end up crying. Okay, so the next one we're looking at is somebody who is impatient. Somebody who is impatient and bad-tempered. Impatient means somebody who cannot wait and they always want you to hurry. I mean, it's different when the other person is taking their time, but there are some people who like to shout and say, hurry up, when the other person is already nervous. Maybe, doesn't help, does it? Also, they don't like to wait for anything. My order hasn't arrived. What do you call this? They might say that. And bad-tempered. Bad-tempered, I think we all know somebody either in our real life or on television who is bad-tempered. Perhaps you had a bad-tempered teacher. I remember in secondary school, I used to sit with these girls. And we had a supply teacher, which means we had a teacher who didn't usually work with us. And he was a new teacher. So what happened was, he did a lesson and it was a science class. And we kept giggling, ha 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 ha, as teenagers do. And what happened was, he told us, you four, you need to stay behind. He was angry at us. He had a bad temper. So we stayed behind and we found it funny because when teenagers get into trouble, they always think it's funny when it's not. Anyway, so he said to us, not just me, he said to us, he didn't just say it, he got a measuring ruler, and he slammed it on the desk like this, and the ruler broke, and at the same time he said, you lot are getting right up my pip. That means you lot are making me very angry. Okay, so he was bad-tempered, but I think at that time maybe nobody bothered to report it because we thought it was funny, but it wasn't really, was it? Or was it? And the next one we're looking at is mean. Somebody who's mean is always horrible to people. Always rude to people. Mean and rude are synonymous. Okay, malicious. Malicious is more. It's worse. She was crude. That means she was horrible and evil with her jokes. She was crude with her jokes because she had a malicious intent. That means she wanted to hurt that person. This is what it means. Okay, malicious means very, very horrible. Okay, and I hope nobody knows somebody like that. Next one is dishonest. Dishonest person is somebody who's not honest. Maybe they lie. They lie a lot about things. Or maybe you lend them money and they never give it to you back. They are dishonest about everything, which is a very bad characteristic from where I come from anyway. Okay, and also we have pessimistic. You know what, pessimistic? Somebody who is always saying negative things to bring people down. Bring them down means to make them sad. Okay. They might say, oh, for example, they might say to me, they might say, oh, Shahi, your scarf is so ugly. You know, or they might say to somebody else who's doing a really good job, oh, you're a painter. Your paintings are not that good. And, you know, anything that they can say that will put them down. But usually we say that people who are already feeling sad inside usually say these things to other people to also make them feel sad and miserable. Miserable. Okay, miserable, very sad. Miserable. Miserable old man, maybe. Okay, or miserable usually used with old people, but why are you miserable? Somebody might say if you're sad, okay? So we also have proud. Somebody who's proud is like, you know, their nose is up in the air, they're so proud. I'm so proud. All my children have grown up and got married. You know, they might say, oh, I'm so proud my daughter's passed all her exams. And some other things that they might be just proud of, silly things, who knows. And arrogant, you know, people who are arrogant are also, this is also related to people who are proud. They're like, oh, they think so much of themselves. Okay, so now we're looking at the positive traits. Positive means good. Okay, something that's positive is always something good. Okay, so negative is bad, positive is good. So we're looking at the positive traits, characteristics of a personality. Okay, the first one is intelligent. She is intelligent. He is intelligent. Okay, this means that they always use their brain. Okay, and they're very intelligent. Intelligent, smart person. So, for example, she is an intelligent young lady. And so somebody might say, what do you think of her? What do you think of him? She's a really intelligent young lady, or he's an intelligent young man, or just, you don't have to add young or old. You can just say she or he is very intelligent, and they have really good manners. They're not rude. So the opposite of rude is somebody who has nice manners. They're always nice to you, they smile, and they are not rude, they don't shout. People who always say please and thank you, like not over the top, but when you have to say it, you know, it's nice. It's just manners, isn't it? We usually say lovely a lot rather than just nice. So you can say, oh yeah, he's a nice person. Oh, he's lovely, or she's lovely, isn't she? Okay. Also optimistic. Optimistic, I told you, didn't I? Do you remember? Optimistic is somebody who is always up rather than down. Okay? Optimistic. An optimistic person, I always think of good things. Good things will happen to me. We can say a person is talkative. She's good at talking. We say she can talk for England. Or he can talk for England. What does that mean? It means this person can talk and talk and talk, and they won't stop until you tell them, okay, stop. Possibly like me. Okay. And some people are shy. So I think sometimes we can be talkative with some people, and sometimes we can be shy. You know what shy is? When you're like, I can't talk right now, I'm too shy. Okay, so perhaps you are like that. With some groups of people you can be like that. Sometimes when you're doing a presentation or something, you feel shy and nervous. What's gonna happen? Everybody's looking at me. Okay, so don't feel like that. Everybody is thinking about themselves. Okay, somebody who is sincere and reliable. You know what sincere means? Somebody who is always good to you, and they don't talk behind your back, and they are honest with you. A sincere, loving person. So they're always looking out for the best for you, and they don't cheat on you. So they're always sincere to you. Okay, they're always good to you. Reliable. Somebody who's reliable. Okay, if you ask them for help, they're always there. And for example, my sister is a calm and reliable person. Whenever I ask her for help, she's always there for me. So maybe you have somebody who is always there for you. And so somebody who's always there is a reliable person. An unreliable person is somebody you can't depend on, okay? Somebody who's reliable, you can depend on them, you can count on them, and they will be there for you when you need help, okay? An unreliable person, okay, is somebody you can't count on because they won't be there for you even if they say so, okay? Okay, the next one is passionate. You can be passionate about what you do. I'm passionate about teaching, or passionate about art, or making things. Perhaps you can tell me what you're passionate about, okay? So, the next one we're looking at is somebody who is dynamic. Dynamic person is somebody who has lots of energy, they're smart, intelligent, full of confidence. Okay, these people are dynamic, you know. They don't know what shy means. They don't know what low confidence means. They are just high and happy and ready to go. Okay, go-getters probably. Those people have this kind of a personality. So maybe you do too. And you would like to tell us how to be like that. So the next one we're looking at is sociable. Somebody who's sociable means they are good with social situations. So they might be good at parties and around people. So unsociable, or maybe people who are introverts, they don't feel they can be so sociable. Doesn't matter. This is you. It doesn't really matter. If you want to change your personality to a more sociable person, it just needs slow, small steps. You don't want to overdo it and put yourself in a situation where you feel overwhelmed. Overwhelmed is too much. Oh, it's overwhelming. Okay. Okay, so the last one we're looking at is adventurous. Somebody who's adventurous, they always like to travel and they like to try new things, and you know, it's always exciting for them. Yes, some people say I need money, but some people go on a backpack journey. They have a backpack, means they have a big bag on their back, which is a backpack. The small one is a rucksack. The big one is a backpack. Okay, so maybe you are an adventurous person and you have been to different countries. And so the example is these children are intelligent, amusing, and optimistic. Optimistic means, you know, that they are always seeing the upside of things, that they're always seeing the happy side. And amusing means that they are funny. Funny in a nice way, then funny in a silly way you can be. Some people are silly funny, and some people are sweet funny and nice funny. Some people's jokes you can laugh at, and some people's jokes are, you just look at them and you think, do you think that was funny? Okay. He was a shy, but a hardworking and a reliable person. A hardworking person is somebody who's opposite to a lazy person, okay? Hardworking person. They use lots of energy to do their best to succeed. Okay, so one more example. My boss is funny, lively, smart, and intelligent person. He has a really dynamic personality. Okay, so what kind of a personality do you have? You can put examples down if you wish. You can ask, oh, what kind of a personality does your best friend have? What kind of a personality do you have? If they ask you, what kind of a personality do you have? You can say things like, yeah, I'm generally all in, like, most of the time, generally I'm a calm and friendly person. I'm down to earth, you can say. A down to earth person is somebody who is humble. They don't have a big head. Okay? Do you have a big head, or are you a humble person? Anyway, so somebody who's humble is like maybe if they are a famous star or something, but they are still nice to everyone. So yeah, some people are not really famous or anything, but they have a big head. And some people who are known and popular, they are still humble. So I think this is a very nice trait, because they didn't become arrogant and proud. But your opinion would be welcome. So if you give it a thumbs up and leave your comments below. Also, I hope you have a lovely day. Take care, and bye for now, and see you soon.